Okay, so now that we have our document set up, this will be our newsletter document. This is, of course, tutorial. We're going over several things through this. However, when you're ready, if you want, you can just delete everything and you can save this as the working document for your tutorial. Remembering that it's got both pages there, your artwork page and then your references page. So we're going to place in an image, and remember that as you work through this, if you find you're doing something very often, like saving or placing images in, which of course both in InDesign we do a lot, you want to take note of the key commands. So if I go to File and Place, Command D for placing things, whether it's text, image, Illustrator artwork, and so on, that's one that you'll use so commonly that you may as well remember the key command. And I realize that it doesn't take much to go up to the menu and go to what you need, but you'd be surprised how much more fluid it is to work with the program when you're using the key commands. It's just faster, more efficient, and it really does eventually become a little annoying when you can't remember a key command, or it's just one that's too long and you keep going up to the menu. I often have to look for things in here because I use the key commands more, and over the years some things have moved, or I just don't remember where in the menus they were. So anytime you see that key command beside something you're doing often, it's worth taking note and trying to remember it. So we'll go File, Place, and on the desktop I've got my folder here. So this is the image that we worked with last week. And I'm just going to place it in. Doesn't matter where at the moment. Now, a couple things to remember with images. When we place those in, they are often going to be high resolution and they may be large in area. So this is both a high resolution image and it's quite large. It definitely exceeds our page edge. So we have to scale them down. As well, you'll notice this one is quite fuzzy, but I know this is a high-res image. So we have in our view, we can go down to Display Performance and High Quality Display. And remembering that when we do that in the View menu, that's pertaining to all aspects of the program. Whenever we bring in an image, it will come in at high quality. So we're setting InDesign right now, this document specifically, to be high quality display. If I wanted just this image to be high quality, I would do that through the Object menu. So I don't do it often. I usually just do the entire thing. So here it is right at the bottom, high quality display. So I'm going to do that through View, and we'll see how well it cleans up. There we go. So it's high res and it's come out nice and crisp. Now if you are using a low res image and you go to Display Performance and turn it to high quality, it's not going to repair an image. It's not going to bring clarity to that image. It will still be showing at high quality, but the highest quality it can get from that particular image. So if you have done that and you still find the image is showing poorly, that means the image itself is simply quite low in resolution. So now I'm going to scale this down, and I've set it, when I placed it to the bleed guide. So I'm going to keep that because I want this image to actually be showing to the edge of my page. So remember, if we press W, that will give us our little, I forget the actual name of it at the moment. It is, why do I forget the name of that? Here we go, presentation mode. Don't know why I forgot that all of a sudden, but there it is, presentation mode. This we do not want to be working in. So this is the effect I want, but I always want to bleed a bit. Anything I'm taking to that page edge, I want to bleed. So I'm going to hit W again, so I'm working the correct mode, and then I'll scale this down. And remember, scaling, we want to hold shift, of course, when we scale something, but in this case, that's only going to scale the frame. So I'm going to undo that, Command Z. Now if I do Command Shift, click and drag. So what I did was press Command, hold, Shift, hold, click and drag, and that way I'm scaling both the frame and the image. Now if I want to move this image around, that's fine. I can do that, but I'm going to have some space missing because I've maintained the image to the frame size. So I'll undo that, but I can move this up. I can close the frame. So I just clicked off there. Sometimes, like right now I'm clicked on the image, but sometimes I want to work on the frame, but I'm clicked on the image right now in that frame. So I have to click off, click back on, not clicking on this circle, but click back on to get the frame. So it's blue. The frame for the image itself, or the object outline for the image, is orange. So I know I'm on the frame, and I can grab a handle here, and without any keys, without the shift key or anything, I can close that up a bit. So I'm going to close it up to about here. This will be my image header, and then I can take the image, click on the image there, and I'm going to press shift to keep it in line. You can see it will constrain it, and then I can move that up. So these are just little things you get used to working with an image. The first little while working with an image will be pretty annoying. It can be quite annoying because you don't see the two objects necessarily. So when you try to adjust one, you think you're going to adjust both, and then something disappears like this and you don't know what you've done. So it does take some time, but also remember that you have, if you've kind of lost an image in the frame or you're trying to get things back, you have in the object menu these fitting options. So you can fit the frame to the content, meaning it will make the frame the size of whatever is in there, and then that will kind of get things back to that fresh start where you can scale again and move things around. So little things like this help, but remember, you can always ask if you're unsure what's going on. Okay, so we've got our image in, and we've done the display performance, and of course remembering Command Shift, click and drag to scale.